got the big block there as Posset penetrated. She couldn't get around Haynes, and then on the inbounds play, Nia Adams springs free, gets the feed from Posset, and up and in goes Nia Adams, and the Colonials strike. Near high right side, Murphy penetrates to the left elbow, now to the far boundary, it's Haygood. Haygood to the baseline. Glass and iron, and it sits up there for quite a while. Penetration by Adams, now she pulls it back out. Feeding Pluvios in the post, and she lays it up and in, and the Colonials reclaim the lead 4-2. 2 minutes played as the Colonials up by a pair. Offense slows down as it's Stork up top. Penetration and then the Bangs. Azebo penetrates. Around the defender, off the square and in as she took Haynes to school.
Oh, Robert Morris, all 8 points in the paint so far, feeding those forwards.
8-2 the score. Robert Morris on top of Sacred Heart. Ball knocked away.
And Robert Morris giving Sacred Heart every opportunity to get back in this game.
Castillo hustles to pull down an errant pass by Augustin, and then Castillo puts it up and in to extend the Colonials' lead back to a half dozen. Penetration to the baseline, and a near steal. The ball nearly taken away by Haynes, but it'll stay with
Robert Morris forwards.
Ozzy Mamadou jumps over Haynes. The shot sits on the iron and falls in good. And right now, Justin, it seems like Haynes is very uncomfortable. Probably has not faced centers like the Colonials have. Feed inside, Haynes lays it up and in as Ozzy came on the help defense on the penetration from Haygood that left Haynes open.
And that's a way to...
in uniform today.
And a good trip to the line for Robert Morris. It's been a bugaboo of theirs, a real trouble spot, especially over last few games in conference play. Not scoring a whole lot, not being very successful at the free throw line.
Haygood on the other end responds with 2 points for the Pioneers, and the Colonials' 10-point lead is short-lived. Feed inside, Nneka Azebo. Up and over. Up high, Leatherwood, far corner. Haygood back up top. Leatherwood three-ball good. And she sprung free up high, cutting the Colonials' lead down to 7.
And that was the first shot made by either team from any real distance. Everything else has been real tight.
Fawcett now up high. Azebo off to Ike Matsu. Great screen by Azebo, allows Ike Matsu to put the floater up and in, and the Colonials have their first 11-point lead, doubling up the Pioneers 22-11.
Ike Matsu keeps getting better at finding those soft spots in the defense. They're able to hit the floater just inside the free throw line.
And that was all set up by a great screen by Nneka Azebo. Davis kicks it back to the top of the key. Stork for three, that one good. That cuts the Colonials' lead down to 8.
Sacred Heart needs those to fall to soften up that Colonials' defense.
2 of 9 are the Pioneers. Villafore onto the high right side. Inside, Ozzy Mamadou up and around Haynes. Strong off the square, and the Colonials back up double figures.
That's 20 of the 26 scored in the paint.
Steal by Ike Matsu, and she's going to be called for a travel. She was down on a knee and then stood up.
Yeah, that's been a popular call. We've had 3 or 4 illegal screens called in this game.
Dish to the near corner. Azebo feeds Posset. Posset drains the tray, and the Colonials with their first 18-point lead. The big dime for Nneka Azebo, as she's approaching 100 assists in her career. So she's on milestone watch in 2 fronts. Lead still at 16 for Robert Morris. Colonials with the rock. It's been this way for a while as Posset puts up a 3, her second in a row, and the Colonials stretch their lead to 19. Now it's Haygood. Check that, that's Leatherwood looking to penetrate. Instead, gives it back to Stork.
Love coming here a whole lot either, especially with the way both Robert Morris teams are playing right now. The women on top of the NEC, the men on top of the NEC, and the men scoring a couple wins over Sacred Heart and Wagner.
Bella Posset with a reverse layoff of a sharp feed from up top by Nia Adams, and RMU is back up by 20 plus.
just to finish that thought, RMU men finishing their homestand with Sacred Heart and Wagner, not finishing. They have a game on Thursday here too.
Order. And a three-point shot from the high right side is up and in for Catherine Haynes. Haynes, who came in.
And nearly a double-double, 9 rebounds per game. Just 4 boards, 7 points for her.
Nneka Azebo with a heady play. She found herself a bit out of control, headed to the basket, kind of caromed a shot off of the backboard where she knew she would gather it back in, went up and laid it in, so she got the charity carom to go along with the couple of points to build the Colonials lead up to 22.
Second double-double in 3 days for her. Had a double-double against Wagner, 13 and 6.
Posset, far corner. High right side, catch, shoot, 3, canned by Esther Castillo.
For 22, Esther Castillo.
Robert Morris up by 28 points, 60-32 on the Sacred Heart Pioneers. A 3-ball missing, good box out by Finn, but no Colonials converged to get the game in the regular season. And it was a back and forth affair until St. Francis ran away with the game in the fourth quarter in the NEC Finals. Ozzy Mamadou, tenacious down underneath. Missed one, got it back, put it back up and in.
And the last time St. Francis was on this floor, that was the Megan Smith buzzer beater. Robert Morris trailed by 2. Megan Smith took the last shot of the game just beyond the 3-point line, drained a shot as the buzzer sounded, and Robert Morris.
Entire time, especially when you start to strip your bench and bring in a lot of your bench players that don't see a whole heck of a lot of action, while Sacred Heart maintains a lot of their starters in the lineup. As up and in goes Jayla Davis as the Pioneers trying to rebound into points the other way. 80 seconds to play. Robert Morris, the lead at 18. It was as high as 28.
Oh, a lot of these Robert Morris players are looking for more time. I mean, they've seen what Ozzy Mamadou has done throughout this year, last year, what Ozzy Mamadou has done throughout this year, last year and into this year. They've seen what Natalie Villaflor has done to get a little more playing time. So these are valuable minutes for some of the bench players to contribute and show Charlie Biscotti what they can do in a game situation.
Castillo with a big jump shot. Robert Morris defeats the Sacred Heart Pioneers 64-46 in a basketball game that wasn't remotely that close.